another amazing recipe. I am so excited. Yet another day, because today at the Young's house, Gina Young is going to share with you all how easy it is to make delicious stuffed chicken breast. We are going to stuff this chicken breast with a broccoli and cheese sauce. This recipe right here is pretty much bomb. It's so easy to make, doesn't require a lot of ingredients, and you know, make it Gina Young style, it's gonna be so tasty. Y'all never had my stuffed chicken breast. Better make you some. Here are the lovely ingredients you're gonna need. First thing that you will need would be your chicken breasts. Make sure they're nice and fresh. Now, I have washed off my chicken breast with a little bit of apple cider vinegar, salt and cold water, and then we've pat it dry with a paper towel. Alongside of our stuffed chicken breast, we're gonna have some couscous. I am a true fan of couscous. I absolutely love it. If you've never had it before, you gotta try it just once. Okay, so now the ingredients for our couscous today will be a little bit of chicken powder that we add for flavor. We're gonna add some butter, and we need 1 1/4 cup of water, okay? And then what we're gonna stuff our chicken breast with is gonna be broccoli and cheese. So I'm gonna show you how to make this really quickly, yet so tasty. Broccoli and cheese that I like to make. And not only do you have to use the broccoli and cheese to stuff it, but I always make this broccoli and cheese as a side dish as well. So we have, for our broccoli and cheese, we're gonna be using some KRAFT singles American cheese that I like to use because it really gives it a creamy consistency. Okay, and then I have some fresh thyme, and I'll show you what we'll do with that. I'm just really, for this recipe, I'm just trying to use up this fresh thyme so that it doesn't go bad. Okay, so you don't need the fresh thyme. You're gonna need some milk and a couple of spices so we can make this thing taste good. So we do have the chicken powder that I spoke of. We have poultry seasoning, paprika, parsley flakes, black pepper, garlic powder, and salt. Make sure your hands are impeccably clean. Let's get started with this really quick and simple, yet so tasty recipe. I couldn't be more excited to show you all how easy it is to make this recipe. This recipe is delicious. This is what we're having today at the lunch. Today at the lunch. Today at the Young's house. It is Saturday and everybody's hungry. So I figured let's make something that's gonna be delicious. It's gonna fill us up, and it's not gonna take a lot of time, okay? So now, you have to make a pocket into your chicken breast. A lot of people like to go right through the side and make a pocket. Here's how I like to do it. Now, I have showed you other recipes for how to stuff chicken breast by possibly using like a dressing or a stovetop stuffing, and it's delicious. In this recipe, same, it's so delicious. All right, so now what I like to do is I like to cut right through the top. Really interesting, right? We're gonna cut right through the top, but guess what we're not gonna do? We don't wanna go all the way through the bottom, okay? Because then you'll make a hole and all of your stuffing's gonna come falling out. But if you happen to cut through and make a little tiny hole, I tell you one thing, don't freak out about it. It's okay. It's okay, I promise. All right, because sometimes it happens to me. I go to make that cut and I don't realize how thick or how thin the chicken breast is, and then I made a hole through the bottom. But the pan serves as like protection to where all of your filling doesn't come out, if you understand what I'm saying. So now that I've done a cut just like so, the next thing that I want to do is I want to make a cut going this way so we can open it up. You can see that's kind of like a little fillet a little bit. I don't know if that's the right term, but I tell you what, we're going to use it today. Okay, see that? So now I feel like I have a pocket that we can really pal it on, you know? Okay, so there's that one. And let's just go ahead and do another one just in case. There's always somebody in the back. Always somebody in the back that likes to say, I didn't get to see it. Can you do it again? So here we go. All right, one more. Just like so in this manner. My knife is really sharp because I sharpened it today. I probably need to sharpen all of my knives. Now listen here. No worries today. If you hear a little bit of buzzing noise in the background, probably all throughout this video, because I have like a team here working on the backyard. They're trimming all of the bushes and the trees, and they're putting mulch down and things like that. So you might hear some noise in the background, so I do apologize, okay? I just apologize ahead of time. So I figured I'll do one video today, and then later we're gonna do some yard work. Well, not really yard work. We're gonna plant some flowers. And I'm really excited. I'm gonna plant some flowers and put them in a flower pot. And then I have some flowers that I wanna put down in the ground that can grow back every year, and they are absolutely beautiful. So what I wanna do, I wanna come back after I make my pocket into this one, show you all what you need to do next. So now that I have the pockets into all of the chicken breasts, and one of them I cut through. And like I said, don't freak out about it. I promise it's okay. So I just took one piece of the meat, and where that little hole was, I just covered it just like so. It's okay. Okay, so now we want to season. We're gonna go in with salt. And this is a sea salt that we're using. Don't be afraid to season. You need seasoning in order for your food to taste delicious, you know? Like really you do. I get so many people telling me that their food is flavorless. It's because you need a little bit more spices. Okay, so now look at that. Garlic powder is definitely a must. Okay, and you always want to let this is poultry seasoning. It's going to give amazing flavor, kind of make it feel like the holidays, and give your house such a beautiful smell. What was I going to say? I was going to say something, but my dad used to tell me if you can't remember what you was going to say, it must not have been that important. We'll try to think about it. All right, so let's get our seasoning in just like so. Now in my pan here that I have, it's a baking dish, I'm gonna put a little bit of butter in there. Maybe about 2 tablespoons of butter, just to give some flavor to the chicken, and it also kind of steams the chicken a little bit. And I really like that steaming effect because it makes for a nice juicy chicken breast, okay? But not always do I use the water, okay? If you know exactly how long that chicken breast takes to cook, you don't have to use the water, but if you're not sure, put just some water in there. It's going to keep that chicken breast nice and moist, like I said. Let's put some paprika on. This is not smoked paprika, okay? It's just a regular paprika. I'm not a fan of the smoked. The parsley flakes is going to give you, some beautiful color here. I looked up for a second trying to see what my cameraman was saying. All right, so now look at that. It's beautiful. So we went in with salt, parsley flakes, garlic powder, poultry seasoning, and black pepper. So now here, let's go ahead. Well, give me a second. I'll be right back, and I'll show you what to do next. Let's go ahead and get our chicken breast right into our baking dish here. My husband just bought me this baking dish, and I think it is just like the really cutest, right? And I can't wait to see how it cooks food, because I feel like different pans and and things like that cook different. I really do. That's why I have a special frying pan that I like to use for baking. Okay, so I did put 2 tablespoons of butter into our water, and we're just going to let this set for a little bit because we can't cook it yet, because we got to make our filling, and our filling is going to be the broccoli and cheese. I want to clean my hands up and clean my cutting board, and I'll be right back. So now remember I spoke of, I'm going to use this fresh thyme just because I want to use it up. I don't want to waste it. I'm just going to drop it right down into my baking dish. And then once I feel like it's let off amazing flavor that I'm looking for, we're then going to go in and take that stick out, okay? So now let's just set this aside. And in my pan here, I have a little bit of water. You can use chicken broth if you like. I've washed off my broccoli, and I just want to cut the florets off. Oh, stay there, my goodness. Almost fell off my counter. That wouldn't be good. All right, so now let's just chop it down just like so. And we're gonna get our broccoli right into our water. And I like to season my water with either salt and pepper or a little bit of chicken powder, okay? So now we're gonna get this to cooking, and we wanna cook it until it's like kind of almost done. But you don't want to cook the daylights out of it and then you have mushy broccoli. That's like the worst thing that you want. But sometimes I don't know if I'm contradicting myself, but sometimes I do feel like when you make a broccoli and cheese, it is nice to have your broccoli kind of soft. So I like both. Okay, so let's put this right into our pan here, just like so. We're gonna season it with a little tiny bit of chicken powder. Okay? Then we're gonna let it cook up. And then when I show you all how easy it is to make this cheese sauce, you're never gonna go out and purchase a pre-made cheese sauce. You're gonna wanna make it this way because it tastes so good. It tastes better than the pre-made cheese sauces, trust me when I tell you this. Okay, so I'm just putting a pinch of this chicken powder in, maybe a pinch and a half, just like so. Let it cook down for a little bit. When I come back, I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make a delicious couscous Gina Young style. So let's get started on our couscous. Couscous, I love it. I love it. So many people don't know what it is. You know, only way I can describe it is that, and this is the roasted garlic and olive oil flavor. Sometimes you'll see me put chicken powder in it. Sometimes you may see me put golden raisins in it and some Parmesan cheese. Like, you can really have fun. Put a little bit of scallion in there, but really you don't have to do a lot to it. What does it taste like? Many like to ask me. Well, it kind of tastes like rice, and then again it kind of tastes like noodles. But here's what it looks like little tiny pearls. Can you see that? I know you can see it. Okay, so let's put that back in there because I need that. Okay, so I got 1 1/4 cup of water. I want to heat that up, and then I want to use a half a stick of butter. This is a sweet cream butter that we're using today. If I haven't said I hope y'all are having an amazing day today, I hope y'all are having a great day. Is anybody doing anything special for the weekend? And what is your weather like where you live at? We have a lot of sun, and it's really hot out, and it is just beautiful out. My goodness, I cannot wait to finish this video so I can go outside. I want to sit on the front porch. I want to dig my hands in the dirt and plant some flowers. Like, I want to listen to the birds and really take my shoes off and relax. So that's what I plan on doing today. So my husband washed the car today, and he has a couple errands that he needs to run. And Dakota's just hanging out here with me in the kitchen. Dakota is my cameraman today. He has been doing an amazing job, and I am so proud of him. So now what we're gonna do, inside of your couscous package, you're gonna have a little packet here with seasoning in it. And what we're waiting on is we're waiting on our water to start to boil, our butter to get hot and melty, and then we will add our couscous. But let's go ahead and put that seasoning in right now. Oh yeah, it's delicious seasoning, okay? But I also want to add a little tiny bit more chicken powder just to give it some flavor. And when I say a tiny bit, look at that. That's it, okay? That's it. I'm big on flavor here. I'm big on flavor here. Okay, so now once that happens, I'll come back. We'll put this in, and then after we put this in, guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna cover it and turn the heat off, and then 5 minutes later, we're gonna come back and fluff it up. So our water and our butter has begun to boil. Go ahead and put your couscous pearls in there. Give it a nice stir, kind of like stovetop stuffing. You give it a stir, you cover it up, turn it off. Best flavors here ever. You wanna put anything, Parmesan, have fun. Let's cover it up and turn it off. Okay, everyone, so you may see some smoke here, but I'm going to just show you our broccoli is done. And I've poured off the water. There's a tiny bit of water left in there, but that's okay. Okay, so now I have the KRAFT Singles American. Like I said, this is just what I like to use. So I have to take my time to unwrap every single one of them, but I don't mind because the taste is out of sight. Really it is. So it may look like a lot of cheese. That's because it's a lot of cheese. and you know, you make your broccoli and cheese how cheesy you would like to make it, you know. Okay, so now we've done that, and I'm turning my burner on to a low heat, okay? Next thing that I want to do is I want to go in with some butter. This is about 2 tablespoons, okay? And then I want to put a tiny bit more because I really like the flavor that it's going to bring. Beautiful. I'm going to put that chicken powder in there. That's it. And then we're going to use some milk, okay? I'm going to cover it with foil. That's enough milk. Well, let me see. That's good. I'm going to cover it with foil. And when we cover it with foil, everything will start to melt down and marry together, and you're going to have the best broccoli and cheese you have ever had. Okay, so let's get this covered up and let it cook. When I come back, I'll show you, you know, what it looks like. But then I want to come back in and show you our couscous and what it looks like when we fluff it up when I come back. So let me show you the couscous. Look at this. Oh, never had it before. Make you some. And I tell you one thing, I gotta taste this right now. When I come back, we're gonna stuff that chicken breast, get it into the oven. So I wanted to come in and show you all, this is how my broccoli and cheese turns out. Now here's how it's done. Come in over here, guys. Come in over here. Now, what I'm gonna do, if there's any broccoli and cheese left over, guess where it goes? It goes in the side of the pan. Like, don't waste it, okay? And because I'm using the same spoon to stuff, you know, the chicken breasts, we're gonna go ahead, you know, because this would be contamination if we decided that we were going to leave this broccoli in the pan and eat it. No, what we have to do is we have to pour that broccoli and cheese that's in the pan in here and just let it cook. Oh, this right here is stuffed chicken breast. You hear me? All right, let's get it in the oven, 350 degrees until it's done. When I come back, I'm going to say an amazing prayer. You all get that first bite. Look at that. Going in the oven. Ooh, wait. Take a look at it, everybody. Gina Young style stuffed chicken breast with broccoli and cheese over a beautiful bed of couscous. Make you some. If y'all enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Tell your family and friends and everyone you know about Gina Young. All right, let's go ahead and say a prayer. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you once again for a beautiful day today. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Let's dive in. Wait. We're taking this outside today. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Got the couscous stuck. Look at the couscous stuck on the bottom. My mouth is salivating. Oh, this broccoli cheese sauce right here. My goodness. Just take a bite. I'm going in. Oh my goodness. I don't know how hot it is. Chicken is tender. Broccoli and cheese is perfect. Perfectly seasoned. Nice and juicy. Couscous matches perfect. Make you some Gina Young style. And as always, God bless you all. Thank you all for watching. Good night.